Coffee. We drink it all over the world. Pressed, brewed, poured, instant, fresh, and even out the back of a cat. We have our favourites, and our favourites have us. Here in Singapore, the coffee scene is thriving. Local kopi and barista cafes are found on every street corner, hawker centre and shopping mall. Join me as I discover the best that Singapore has to offer. I'm sat here in a hawker centre having my favourite local drink, the coffee. But over the years I've developed a real love for barista-made coffee, particularly the flat white. So I'm going to go on a hunt across the whole of Singapore to find the best flat white. But in order to find the best flat white, I need to know what I'm looking for. Beth is a friend of mine from the UK who's an amazing barista. She has 2 cafes of her own and she studied at the London School of Coffee. She's given me a bit of time to explain how to make a flat white amazing. Hi!
Hi!
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Lovely to see you. Hey Beth, I just wanted you to help me today to figure out why I like flat whites so much, why they, what makes them really good, essentially. I'm going to go and test out a load and I want to be able to judge them knowing what I'm talking about rather than just going, oh, I like this one because it's better than the other one. So I'm hoping you might be able to shed some light on it, share me some of your expertise so I can go away with skills.
Yes, I can definitely do that.
Amazing.
So a flat white is all about the milk to coffee ratio. So a latte is obviously like more of a milky drink with kind of nice glossy milk. A cappuccino is more of a frothy drink, so you've got the thicker milk. And flat white has still got the glossy milk, but it's a shorter drink. So it's shorter, stronger, so less milk ratio to the coffee.
I like that. I prefer a stronger coffee. I feel more manly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice because obviously double espresso is kind of quite a strong hit, but flat white is perfect because it just adds that like bit of sweetness, but you've still got the like strength.
There you go.
Perfect. So yeah, if you're going out into like cafes and stuff, you want to be making sure that what cup size it's going to be served in. So sometimes I even ask as well. I'm like, oh, what do you serve your flat white in? And they might show you like a big mug, and I'm like, oh no.
Is that going to be a latte, basically?
Yeah, that's just a latte. So for a flat white, you're looking for a kind of more 6-ounce cup, which looks a bit like that sort of size.
Okay, nice.
A latte is going to come more in that sort of size, so you can kind of see the comparison there. So yeah, you're still looking for that kind of glossy milk with hopefully some nice latte art on top or something.
Lovely. I've noticed in Singapore that not many people know what a flat white is either. There's some cafes who have flat white printed, and so they obviously know what it is. Others, I go into a cafe and say, oh, could I have a flat white please? And they've got no idea what I'm talking about. So I'll just say, could I just have a latte with less milk? And they'll say, sure, I'll do that. And that's pretty much what I end up asking for. So it's great to know that cup size has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, another thing also is actually traditionally the base of a flat white is a double ristretto. Okay. So instead of a double espresso, it's actually shorter than a double espresso. So you lose like the last third of the extraction. Okay. So getting a bit geeky on you now. But I
like that. I like geeky. It works.
So instead of a double espresso, which is usually around sort of 30 mil or 30 grams of liquid, you're looking at more like 25 grams, so 25 mil. So you're getting the strongest part of the coffee. Okay,
yeah, great. So that sounds good. Are you able to make one over there and show me what I might look for when I buy my flat white and they present it to me? Can I tell by looking at it first?
Yeah, I mean, extraction is a massive thing, so obviously it should come out quite nice and slowly, quite dark, so if you can see the coffee machine, you'll be able to like visually see if it's going to be a good one or not. Okay. If it kind of comes out really fast, I'm thinking thinking, now I'm ordering tea from this place. So yeah, you can visually see, and just the way they steam the milk and things like that. So I can make one for you.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, I'd love that.
So yeah, hopefully you can see all right.
Yeah.
So hopefully they've got good equipment and hopefully some good coffee beans as well, because that's really important.
Okay. Is that a little weighing scale you've got there?
Yeah, so I usually weigh it in, so I know how much coffee I'm putting in my portafilter. So usually around sort of 18 to 19 grams. And then I'm also going to weigh it out, and I usually time that as well.
Amazing.
So,
this is precision.
Yeah.
In your cafe, Beth, do you do this for every coffee you make? Or is there a bit of... Do you know you can feel it as well? I guess you've done it so much.
We actually have scales built into our machine.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's this brand, La Mazzocco. So they do, this is the home version of the commercial coffee machine.
Okay, nice.
So I don't know if you can see, but it's coming out.
Yeah, I can. Are you in a cafe or are you at home?
I'm at home.
Amazing. I love that this is in your home. But this is your lifestyle. This isn't just your work, is it?
Yeah, this is just my little home coffee setup.
I love that you've got a menu. Is that a menu you've got on your wall in your home?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of nice colour.
Nice. Caramelly colour.
Yeah. And then for the milk,
I understand milk is a huge factor with these things, right? And how it's steamed.
Yeah, with lattes and flat white, you don't really need much air in the milk because you kind of want it to still be quite glossy.
Okay.
So you might have heard just a few sounds of.
Yeah. That's just a bit of the
but
air.
you don't want too much of that. Yeah. So. And then it's all about obviously the way you pour it and how the coffee and the milk combine together. So you want that to be kind of, hopefully they're pouring a little bit like this, so nice and slow. And then coming in nice and close at the end. Hopefully they'll give you some nice, silky, beautiful latte art on top.
That's beautiful. I wish I could drink it. Just need to pass it through the screen.
I know, I'm going to have to drink this now. I've already had so much.
Have you? Oh, that's amazing. So can you tell me why the pouring makes a difference? Because like people I could imagine just going, right, it's done, like coffee and milk, however you pour it, it's not going to make any difference. Like, does it really make, how does it make such a big difference?
It makes such a difference to the way it's going to taste when you drink it. Because it's all about, like, when you're drinking flat white and you take that first sip, you want, like, the mouthfeel to be, like, perfect. Like, this is going to be, like, really, like, luxurious and kind of velvety and smooth. Whereas if you just pour it in, it's going to be disrupted, there's going to be bubbles, it's going to be kind of like a mixed combination of textures going on, whereas this is just going to be kind of smooth the whole way through.
Love it.
Because it's been like a slow, gradual pour.
Oh, this is amazing. This is like a revelation to me. It could be a revolution, I guess, as well, but I'd have to have a bit more power and people behind me, but a revelation is a good place to start. That's amazing. Thanks very much. I'm so disappointed that I can't drink it. It looks beautiful.
I know. Next time you're over to visit.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. Thank you so much. With such a long and growing list of amazing artisan coffee houses in Singapore, I decided to go with the cafes with the most recommendations from our Wanderlust community. The first to try was the Cheongburi Bakery. Here I am at Cheongburi Bakery and my flat white has just arrived. It's in quite a big cup, which could suggest that it'll be a bit more latte-like, but I'm going to try it and see what it's like. I have to say, when it first goes into the mouth, it is absolutely delicious. It's beautiful. It feels great. But for me, just that aftertaste is slightly bittery. It leaves like a lining in the mouth that I'm not as keen on. But it's a really, really good coffee. I would definitely recommend it. Yeah. I like to get the very last bit of the coffee down, because I guess that top layer stays all the time, and so you can't really tell how nice the top is, the frothiness, how smooth it is or how airy it is, unless you take it down. So I always kind of like try to take down that very last bit all in one. So here we go. It's pretty smooth. A few little air bubbles in it when you push it together in between your tongue and your palate, but it's a really tasty coffee. Thanks for the recommendation. Next we have come to Tai Seng. I'm here with my friend Clement and we're going to look for the Alchemist Cafe, which has got a really good reputation, and we'll see what their flat whites have to offer. So we've been sat down and we've ordered 2 of their best flat whites, so let's see what they bring us. But we've been sat in front of a little workstation where one of the, I guess who will probably be a barista, is starting to make some stuff. We've seen one of the ladies measuring out the weight of some of the beans, so that's a really good sign. We are anticipating the arrival of our drinks. Has arrived and they have the latte art on top. Cheers. Cheers.
I think it's pretty good. Very smooth, the texture of it, and I like the cream.
Yeah, I wish it was a little bit warmer, a bit hotter. It's quite cold. It's colder than I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
Flavour's really good. I think the coffee, you can definitely taste it's stronger. It tastes like really quality.
Yeah.
And the milk is really creamy. It's got a very velvety texture in the mouth. But the only thing for me would be if it could be a bit hotter, it might be better.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up, I'm off to the Paya Lebar Quarter to visit the Jimmy Monkey Cafe, which is a great option for parents with kids in tow, as it's situated next to an impressive play park. It wasn't long before the rains came down, so our 2 were stuck with the adults. Thank you very much. Welcome. This is Isaac. Hello. Okay, so the coffee looks really good. It's come in and it's got latte art on top. We've got loads of different layers on the fern as well, and it's served in a really good sized cup. So looking forward to drinking it now.
Yeah, you got like a whole month of this weather, by the way.
Stop riding the line.
It's not quite as velvety as I'd like in terms of the texture on the tongue and in the mouth, but the flavour's really good, the temperature's great, and I'm very happy. The other thing for me to note is that the temperature of this is really good. The milk is usually done between 60 and 70 degrees, so any hotter than that, the sugars will burn. This This is a really good temperature. It feels warm when it goes into my mouth. Yeah, good coffee. We're being hit with some really strong winds. But we're still enjoying the coffee. And we're in the middle of a thunderstorm. But it's all good. Next on the list is Chai Senghwat. Located just off Jalan Besar, Chai Senghwat Hardware has been the location of different metal and hardware stores in the past. It's now the home to the popular coffee shop. So popular, we had to queue to get in. So on first glance, there's a few more air bubbles in this than I would like. It's not as smooth, but the latte art's good and poured out well. The contrast between the milk and the coffee, the crema colour isn't as strong as others, but I'm going to try it now. Yeah, it's nice. It's got a very deep, the strength of the coffee or the espresso itself, or the ristretto, is actually probably on the slightly bitter edge. The coffee beans are actually the Papa Paleta ones, which are quite famous in Singapore, and they're roasted here on site at the Annex, which is just a little building next door. So it's nice to know that it's like freshly roasted and from roaster to cup, which is pretty cool. Now that I've had a bit more than half of this flat white, I can say that the overall flavour is a slight edge of bitterness to it. It's quite a deep flavour. I would say it's not quite as creamy as other flat whites that I've had, but a very full-bodied flavour, yeah. Okay, so here we are at Nylon Roasters. I've got my flat white that's arrived and it looks pretty beautiful. Latte art on top, really nice contrast in colour between the milk and the coffee itself, and I'm going to have my first try. So that's a nice coffee. Okay, so it's really smooth, very velvety. The flavour is deep, but it hasn't got bitter. It's slightly nutty, quite sweet. I'm enjoying that. That's a very tasty coffee. A little bit more than halfway through, there's no funny aftertaste. It has remained velvety in my mouth as well. And the flavour is just consistent all the way through. It's really, really tasty. I love that last bit of a flat white, just where the froth comes into your mouth and you kind of press it between your tongue and your palate, and it's really smooth, really velvety. Well done, Nylon, this was a good coffee. Last on the list is a trip to Wakey Wakey, the home of Singapore's barista champion. Thank you. On first glance, this is the most beautiful latte art I've had so far, and it looks really good, and I'm looking forward to drinking it. Okay, so this flat white is delicious. It has a really, really firm flavour on the top and creaminess underneath. It's very velvety, The temperature is great and it looks beautiful. Don't really know what else to say about it. It's just fantastic. This is a really good coffee. I know this is purely about the coffee, this episode, but I just wanted to say how wonderful the service is here. I'm here on a daddy-daughter date with Aspen, who ordered a milkappuccino, and they kind of gave it to her with marshmallows and chocolate and extra marshmallows, and the waitress is just so kind and really, really nice, really friendly. It's okay, you have
One.
No, it's okay, you can. Oh, thank you. So it's an extra bonus for us. Throughout the whole coffee, it is velvety all the way through, absolutely delicious, and the flavour stays strong. It's just a really, really great flat white. I'm very happy. I've really enjoyed the last few days trying out the coffees at cafes that you've recommended. I can definitely say that I'd recommend every single one of the 6 different cafes that I tried, but there has to be a winner. And the winner for this episode and for all the different coffees that I've tried, just eked out, goes to Wakey Wakey. The coffee there was just brilliant. It was smooth, it was flavoursome, it looked beautiful as well. So well done to Wakey Wakey. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you on our next episode.